Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, hello. Finally, yes, finally, we've managed to get into Dune Awakening. It's taken a little while, a few issues. But there we are. Nice little intro, that. Took me a little while to do that yesterday. Doing a few things, but anyway, here we are into Dune Awakening eventually. You will see Nightbot's probably spamming the bejesus out of everything at the moment. I've kind of set it up so that I don't have to remember to run the bot on my end all the time. So yeah, I'm gonna set that up. I might not use the original bot as often now. How you doing, Kerr? Excuse me, simply because yeah, I tend to forget, and so yeah, Streamlabs chatbot may disappear, which unfortunately means that the games will probably disappear too, because I don't think you can do that within Nightbot. So yeah, I'm kind of evaluating, so I need to tweak the settings on when Nightbot kind of kicks in and starts spamming the bejesus of stuff, even over on YouTube as well. So because I can use it for both, you see. So I'm just doing some tweakage, which unfortunately means that I have to keep bloody logging in and out because for whatever reason. But yeah, let me just do that and do that. Yeah, I just need to do some stuff to get things up and running correctly. It's always good. Every 15 minutes. Yeah. Every 10 lines for that. Yeah. Every 20 minutes. Yeah. Oops, come on. Thank you. So yeah, we'll see how it works. I'm not expecting it to do miraculously in terms of how often it spams the shit out of stuff, but you know. We can always live in hope, can't we? We can always live in hope. There we go. That's do that every hour. Do that every hour. There we go. Yeah, hopefully that'll be behaving itself anyway. So here we are, Dune Awakening, Arrakis. We do have a server that's going to be up and running eventually. However, G-Portal, the host, have got some issues. They've been very transparent about it and said, look, we'll get things up and running as soon as we can. You get the people who are kind of, I paid for this, I want this now. Why aren't you telling me exactly when it's going to be coming back up? If they had a crystal ball, I'm sure they would. But yeah, these things take time, so there's been an issue. Who'd have thought? Game launch, private servers, and there's been an issue. Now, to be fair to the other provider, if we click on private, you can see that Nitrado are up and running straight away. There we go. Down at the bottom, you can just see some named ones as well from G-Portal. So yeah, there's some issues there for them, but as soon as it comes up, I'll be diving in, which unfortunately means that I'm going to have to start again on a new server, because the way that it works is if you have a server, you cannot transfer your character between servers. They said that it might be something that they'll look at in the future, but if we start on a private server, you can't transfer, and if you start on an official server, you cannot transfer that character across. You'd have to create a new server, which is a bit of a pain. And yeah, a bit problematic, but for the time being, just so that I kind of get in and on the go. We had this. Can we? It does. This is going to be interesting. We have a character called Carla in our game. Pupis. Okay. Pupis is full. So yeah, and others are locked down, which was where Nauri on Sichbarken, which is that one, is full. So yeah, sadly I can't get on there to join Nauri, who has that on there. So really, I'm just hoping that we get this server up and running quite quickly. But I'm not confident. Not confident. But I just need to do that, and this needs to go to there. Yeah, see, the problem is that you have to choose a world. Okay, so these are all worlds and servers. Okay, so like G Portal Fremen English there. Okay, then you are part of one of these. You can see, you know, all these private servers. Now the Sietches are basically the smaller parts of the server. So all these people in this world are on these smaller servers, like Amanda Pub, great name, Book, apparently Princess Portal, Vigilant, etc. So these are all pretty much a kind of, I want to say, a branch off of it. Now, what will happen is in some of the areas within Dune, so like the deep desert and some of the social hubs, all these people join together as one big kind of massive server. But they will be the only places that they can actually join together. My game is very, very loud. So the people on Comdoc, Mullet Noob, Sandust, when they go into those social areas, they will see people from these other ones. They won't see people from one of these other ones, which is further down, blah, 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 down here, like Carcon and Foray. That's not how it works. So these are kind of, you have a group, and then you have like a sub-server. So you have the world, and then these are all little sub-servers. So I don't know where we're actually going to be joined in, because this is where we're going to get plonked technically, and I don't know exactly where. But we will be passwording the server as well, even though because we have no admin control in terms of booting anybody, kicking anybody, doing anything like that. But I can't choose a world currently, which is a bit of a pain, but hey ho. Like Spice Free for All, the Fremen. I mean, that's a hardcore, that's a Fremen, that's a Harkonnen one, and then that's a Spice. So it's almost like there is another one down here, PvEVP Europe. It could be that we get put into the Sardaukar portal, which is this one here. I honestly don't know. Because I don't think we can even... No, it's not even finding them at all. So yeah, there's some that are up, there's some that are not up, and I can't do anything about it currently. So I've just got to keep an eye on it and see what happens. So just to kind of get some gameplay on the go, I do want to join a server somewhere. Just for shits and giggles. So that's high Solaria, Alpha Corvus, Corona, Centaurus. Griff, early access started today, or advanced access as they call it, sorry. Yeah. So yeah, it started today as of 3 p.m. So I'm behind by 5 hours. So yeah, there's several. So I wonder if that population literally just only puts the locked ones and everything in a variety of order. But yeah, this is Europe. If you do start the game, by the way, and I'm sure a lot of people will, down here I could not see any servers whatsoever, and I was like, WTF? Why can I not? It's because this was still set to Europe beta. And And I was like, ah, okay. So anyway, change it to Europe if obviously you're in Europe, then all of a sudden your population will all of a sudden just go piff paff puff and appear. But yeah, as soon as I can get my private server up and running, then we will. I think the only thing that I'm not going to do on that server is we're kind of limited to 3 different controls that you can have. One is sandstorms, so you can turn them on and off. I'm going to be leaving them on because I think we should. The other thing is you can make the whole world PvP if you wish by turning off safe zones. I don't think that's necessarily a good thing. And the last one is you can turn on and off taxation. So if you want to pay your teeth to the king and the emperor rather, then you can, but you know, I might turn that off. Like I say, you can't swap your characters around to other servers, so once you kind of are on a server with a specific character, that's it. So there's always that to think about if you want to join a private server, is that character will be stuck on that server. Now, G-Portal did say that they would have the characters saved, but if a server ever ended, a private server ever ended, then you would not be able to transfer your game world or anything like that. Transferring your character, I believe, would be down to Funcom to try and initiate, but currently you cannot do that. So, yeah. But yeah, I just need to keep trying and testing and seeing if I can find any form of way to get this server to fire up and show. It's just showing no matching options when I choose a world, which is very annoying. And I can't even change the name either. It doesn't let me. So I can't even save that, which is very annoying. And I can't set a password or anything because literally it doesn't start. Ugh. But yeah. So unfortunately, I just need to keep an eye on the Discord to see when things start flying through. They are trying to get through stuff as much as possible, but you know, people, that just never happen. Boop. See, some people are now seeing stuff. So. Okay. Status. Okay, there's been a status. Unfortunately, still no news. We're making progress, but some issues persistent are currently being worked on. Other servers. Yeah, okay. Okay, looks like we're still in the poop with it, unfortunately. It looks like we can't actually get rid of the G portal out of her name. I think that stays, from what I can gather. Oh, I love this when things don't work. Love it. I mean, there's like that one there, which is Dune Awakening 0, which is PvEBP. Yeah, okay. So I think we're just going to have to keep refreshing every now and again just to see if the server comes up. Because nothing is showing up. Right, let's just hop onto an official one and then just see where we go from there. Oh, Pupus. Okay. I didn't already say they were. Teach Barkan. Yeah, it's still showing us full. Okay, that's not good. Yeah, they've fired up a load more servers, but anyway. I'll tell you what we're going to do is we're going to go on to Carla, only because that's named after a character that we have in our game. And Siege Thawa. Let's join that one. Like I said, this is not going to be my regular world. This is going to be the world that I'm just going to grab for the time being. Just so that we can get in the game and get things up and running. Boop, 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 boop.
Show yourself, child.
Okay, character creation, here we come. Bloop. Now, there was the import option. So that was our character from the beta. You remember her? What kind of... Yeah, let's try... Okay. Okay. Let's do... Yeah. Almost. Well, hello. Mm-hmm. Let's just see. Okay, okay. She looks more like thingy than the character I want to create. She had very short hair. I'm not too sure if you can find a hairstyle that's similar. She might not. They might not have one. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. We'll go with a bob cut. Yep. So hair colour, we want black as we can get it. There we go. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Eye detail. So eye colour. Quite a pale. Boop. Yeah, she's got quite a pale blue eyes. Okay. I'm trying to base the character on Lanfear, who was in the Wheel of Time, or the lady that played Lanfear. Yeah, she's... her nose was... Not, don't know. Actually, maybe a little bit bigger. No, we'll go for a 6. No protrusion. Just gonna spend 3 hours doing this. No, the nose tip. Okay, a little bit flatter. Okay. Yeah, about 5 will do. Nose height. She has quite a long nose, actually. The bridge height. Okay. Yeah, the width of the bridge. Not too much, actually. Nostril height. Okay, do a 6. Nostril width. Yeah, okay. That's not too shabby. That's not too shabby. Mouth size. Okay, mouth angle. How you doing, Lazarus? Good evening, good afternoon, good morning to you. How are you? That's the width. Quite loud, wide. There, but your character creation, who'd have thought, eh? Who'd have thought? Now, she does have dark circles, but that's all makeup, so we'll see if we can do anything about that. Okay. Eyebrow style. Okay, she has quite thin eyebrows. Okay, they're a bit more like hers. We'll go with them. We'll go with them. We'll go with that. Eyebrow color is definitely dark. Eyebrow details. The angle. Oh, she's actually got quite flat eyebrows. Okay, can't get him exactly as a... She definitely doesn't have a beard. Doesn't have a beard. What I've actually realised is that you can't... A skin tone, she's very pale. Not that pale. Yeah, she's almost white, so I'm going to put her that colour. Almost that colour. She doesn't have many freckles, if anything. Mouth details. Weirdly, is that you can't do anything with the mouth. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, we can... definitely. Oh, that's that. Yeah. Okay. I think we've kind of. Yeah, I think we'll have to go with that because she does have that. But yeah, I can't. Lipstick. Okay, lipstick color. Okay, she's a very dark. Okay, that didn't. Okay, that's not giving us any color to a lipstick. Okay, maybe I need to do the lipstick style because she has quite a that mouth. Okay, we'll go with that. So we'll do crisp. Ah, yeah, but she did have the evil eyes. She did. Yeah, full on. Was it no gloss really? She was definitely not glossy. Not glossy. No, definitely not that. Okay, we can back it off a little bit. There, strength, the eyeshadow colour. Yeah, so that's fine. Yeah, she was definitely that. Eyeliner colour was definitely dark as well because she was full on. Yeah, okay, that's. Yeah, Lamphere. Yeah. Trying to get her as close to that as possible. No, it was the dog. I can't get her eyebrows any different because she's got very flat eyebrows. She does have quite thin ones, so let's see if we can alter that eyebrow detail. Okay. How pronounced? Okay. It's quite... Yeah, okay. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Yeah, it's just unfortunate I can't get a better hairstyle than kind of the bob one. None of the rest of them are close enough. Yeah. Damn. Because in Wheel of Time, she either has her hair totally swept back a bit. Actually, that's. Oh, hello. Slick back. Boom. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, I think she was very, very pale. She wasn't big. She was quite thin. I'm going to put her neck length up 1. Actually, no, it looks wrong. She was very thin. So I'm just going to put that down. She didn't have any freckles. Her arm thickness is very thin as well. She was quite tall, though. So I'm going to go for a little bit of height. It's in her legs. I wish they said a bit more. We'll go with that. Because it was a little bit like... Just a or an isn't really much to go on, is it? She actually looks... I mean, she looks a bit like her. But she also looks like one of the models from Addicted to Love by Robert Palmer. Cool. Okay. I think we'll go with that. So we'll see. You watch after all this, we'll be able to get it. Wow, I can't even spell. So, Dune Awakening features a guided journey that locks the research menu until certain steps are completed. Advanced survival players may prefer to unlock the research menu from the beginning. I'm going to go with recommended. Which I think is nicer to play through as such. Accept this character and start the game. Yes. There we go.
Have they told you what I am?
Just give me a second, love, and I'll be with you. Just want to check on my server. Yep, there's nothing there yet. Still. Rubbish.
Then I will sift your words for lies. Let's begin.
Let's begin.
Where were you born?
Okay, so where are we going to be? Gaida Prime, heavily industrial volcanic world. The baronial seat of House of Harkonnen is controlled by a network of dense urban enclaves. Chusuk, a rich and verdant agri-world of rolling hills and river-fed valleys. The musical planet is the centre of culture and civility in the Imperium. Dialogue talk, a trait is cultured or Chusuk music. Homeworld, a temperate but storm-racked ocean world, the ancestral home of House Atreides is known for its relaxed agrarian lifestyle and famous vineyards. Dialogue trait of honourable and the Atreides salute. The Ketane, a green and pleasant world with satellite control. Whether the fates of many are decided within the ornate halls of the imperial planet, political and the Ketan Bao. Or Ix, a forbidding ice world of mountain tundras and that. So dialogue technologist. Or an Ixian secret. I'm going to go Ix.
The machine world. They skirt dangerously close to breaking the prescriptions of the Butlerian Jihad.
Yep.
The Order of the Imperium is rooted in the Farfaluches. A place for every man, and every man in his place. Where is your place?
Where is your place, indeed. So, as a bondsman, we were educated, serves the Great Houses and administers imperial bureaucracy, bondsman, and casually known as citizen class. The Nar Familia, a caste reserved for essential members of noble household or retinue. Nar Familia are afforded certain privileges and protections by their status. Dialogue trait of nobility. The bondsmen have the bondsman dialogue. And the Pion, a vast peasant labour force that drives the imperial engine. Pions are bound to the fief in which they live and are considered the property of their lord. I actually think the Nar Familia suits this character more.
Did you give bad advice? Or make a bad deal? To be close to power is to walk the knife's edge. You had a mentor in your youth, trained by one of the schools. Who was your mentor?
Now here, you can't actually see it because I'm partially covering it. You get to be either a sword master, a Ben Gesserit acolyte, or a mentat, or a trooper. Now I'm not going to go trooper simply because the trooper can be unlocked fairly early in a playthrough. So yeah, we don't want to be that close, or that class rather. So I'm probably going to go Sentinel. This is what I did in the beta as well. So it did seem quite good. Yeah, it's probably the Mentat. I think the Ben Gesserit is quite handy because you can force someone to come towards you so you can deal with them separately from a group. But I'm going to try the Mentat anyway.
You must have been very young. The mind must be prepared or the training does not take. The test is almost complete. Have you spoken truth?
Have you spoken truth? So this is where you get the chance to rechange your character if you wish. But anyway, I've spoken truth.
Here.
Wow.
Kneel. Put your hand in the box.
That's what she says to all the boys.
I hold at your neck the Gomjabar, the high-handed enemy. Don't pull away or you will die. Great plots are afoot in the Imperium, and the currents of intrigue run deeply. Arrakis is the key, and the Fremen are missing. You will go to Arrakis as our agent, prisoner. You have one task. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. Everything depends on this. Do you understand?
Yup.
Good. You speak truth. But here is the rest of it. There is only one rule. Keep your hand in the box and live. Withdraw it and die. An animal would gnaw off its own hand to escape the pain. And we can only be served by humans. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. You will know when it is done.
Very cool and dramatic. Here we go. We're on a big spaceship. Whee! If you are watching over on Twitch, drops are enabled. So if you're playing the game, you watch for, I think it's up to 2 hours, 3 hours, I can't remember. Then you will get the drops required for some new items that you can use for base building. I think all the settings are set the same as when I played the beta, so It wasn't that long ago, so it should be good. Ready, aim, fire! Anybody else fired an RPG like that, they'd probably miss. It's a bit harsh. How you doing, Easy?
You're wrong. It's just an off-world. No, not the Al-Shaheed Al-Khalid. No, Arista said he was just a dream. I agree, but she is almost Sayadina.
Server I was playing on is full. I'm in a queue. Says Fallon. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get ours up and running, and then people can start playing on there. And then it's because it's going to be passworded, and there's only a limit of 10 players, and you'll be able to dive into there. But yeah, still stuck with that. But we'll be intrigued to see. I think the problem is as well is joining the servers later than other people means that certain land will be taken. Or room will be taken anyway. There we go. Look at that. Cool. Well, hopefully this will play nicely. 100 odd frames per second. Well, he died comfortable, didn't he? Oh, just started running, jogging along, singing a song. Okay, so the many knowledge craft useful items from components you find in the world. Craft a metal knife to cut through the membrane blocking your path. Okay, so we can let's craft crafty blip blop bluff. Add it to your backpack. It's in there, that's cool. There we go. One, I cut the knife. Cool. Cut the moisture seal. Cool, we got some micro sandwich fabric. Let's hydrate. I am hydrated. Oh no, not apparently. Oh yeah, I gotta remember we can only go up to the dew level of the first little pop. I have put my camera just so that it doesn't kind of get in the way. You can still see my health levels and everything else around here. That's why I've had to move it around a little bit. Boop. And blub. More micro sandwich. I love it. All I can think of is a cheese sandwich or something. Boop. Boink. Fiber. Let's get some of this. This is always good. Okay, so we need to craft a healing kit. Healy kit. And then let's just do that, and let's hold on that. Boom. Cool. Gravy. Intuition can help you. Okay, yeah, so we can explore stuff like that. That's fine. Anything else? Nothing. Right, okay. Boink. Right, hang on, let's just go and let's just craft another one. Well, a couple of them. Let's just a little bit Healy again. Up we go. Whoop. Boop. Grab all the freebies you can. Grab all the freebies you can. Whoop. Go. More freebies. Freebies. Actually, let me just cannot drink. Cannot drink. Only I cannot drink. Right, before I just do that, just gonna pause, just gonna double check, see if anything's happened with the server. No, not yet. Ugh. Let's see if there's anything on G Portal. Boo-ba-doo-boo-boo. Boo-ba-boo-boo-boo. Yeah, nothing at the moment. Just trying to keep it going. There we go. Open sesame. Bright light. Annoyingly, I'm going to have to recreate this character onto a different server, aren't I?
So then,
you're not quite dead. Nope.
Now you will know a thing that few but the Fremen have seen. For many, the last thing they saw before they were slaughtered. Speak of our escape.
Cool.
Twin comets in the sky, a rebirth from fire and death, and a Sardaukar net closing around us. Your survival heralds interesting times, Offworlder. You found them, Offworlder. They stood watch over you while you slept. When the Sardaukar began their jihad, they hounded us across the desert. I am not Fremen, Offworlder, though I have been fortunate to know them, and to share their water and their customs. Some of my people were caught out by a passing wing of Sardaukar Thopters. All they could do was take refuge in the cave, and be ready for the assault to come. The assault never came. The Sardaukar used ancient weapons to collapse the cave entrance. With damaged steel suits and dwindling supplies, we toiled for days to free them, digging until our fingers bled, and all the while we could hear their death chants. Red the night, dusky sky, bloody death didst thou die. An auspicious place for your rebirth, Offworlder.
Okay, so 4 a.m. I think this is for the public servers. They're going to be doing restarts. If you're in Europe, it's 4 a.m. So it's not too bad. So that's not too bad overall.
Whatever black fate awaited you in the Harkonnen slave pits waits for you no more. You are free from the bonds of servitude. Free to pursue a new destiny, whatever that may be.
Okay. I never asked these questions when I was playing through on the beta.
A portable rocket, I surmise, based on the damage. So you have Mentat training. Then compute your chances of survival without my help, and review whether the questions you're asking are useful. Is this what you wish? To waste time in idle chatter? Your first lesson on Arrakis, then. Every exhalation is a waste of water. I am Xantara. My companion is Noctua. Now, shall we discuss our escape?
No, yeah, still got one more question to ask.
The Fremen name for it translates as the Valley of Echoes. A sacred place to the Fremen. A place of death and prophecy. It is the miracle and inimitability of prophecy. I will speak on this no further.
Cool.
There's a way through the barricade, if you do as I say. We're gonna need one of their ornithopters. Their protocol is to remain aloft and kill anything that moves from above.
Moves.
That's where you come in. If you can slip back onto the Proteus and locate the command module, you can activate the captain's personal emergency transmitter. He's a noble. They're not allowed to let him die. Leave the rest to me. His Majesty's Imperial Sardaukar care for naught but the Emperor's interests, and certainly not an errant prison crew bound for the slave pits of Neo Carthag. We are as vermin to them, Offworlder. You must kill them. In other circumstances, their water would be a valuable resource. But with the Sardaukar here, we do not have time to claim them. Only those that get in your way. Think of it as a kindness. They will not survive Arrakis for long. Here, take this Communinet transceiver. It's essential for planetary communication. Now go, and be quick. The Mother Storm is upon us.
Cool. There we go. Right, let's jolly on down the hill then. Sunstroke, no shit.
Stick to the shadows, Offworlder. The heat of the sun is deadly to the unprepared.
Excuse me. Bit of a hydration there. Hell of it. You stop here. You're not going to get burnt by the sun, you're just going to get burnt by the flames.
The guards have sealed themselves inside. Search the prisoners for a cut array. And Offworlder, be careful. The cut array is primarily a mining tool, Offworlder. You'll need it for harvesting resources. Using it to cut open ships is an added benefit.
Okay. Oh, there we go. That was quite handy because it was problematic.
The captain's room is blocked by a pentashield. You'll need a pentashield key to pass through. See if there's another way forward.
Timber.
Ready your weapon, off-worlder. The guards won't hesitate. Neither should you.
Dead. Holy shit. Okay. I don't think he knows I'm... Well, I don't think he knows I'm here. But he's scripted to know that I'm here. Wow.
Parry your opponents just as their strikes will hit you. This should stagger them, giving you a window of opportunity.
Parrying is actually very difficult, and I can't see a fucking thing either. Doesn't help. Rank. And above 1/3 will give you a bonus to your maximum stamina, which increases above 2/3 when your hydration is below 1/3. The bonus will maximum stamina be removed. When it's empty, you become dehydrated and you start to lose health until you hydrate again. Heavy attacks are slow, break, block and cause stagger if they land. Shields stop most incoming melee attacks and projectiles to penetrate the shields first, stagger the target and then use a heavy attack slow blade.
A swift attack can force your enemy off balance, but only a slow blade penetrates a shield.
Done it. Cool. What was this shit? Anything they've got? Nothing. Ah, rubbish. Rubbish. Okay, how would you get rid of them then? Or do they just... So that's left a mark. Okay. Yeah, they disappear.
That's the pentashield key. Once you equip it, you can pass through the shield.
Cool.
Get to the captain and activate that transmitter. I'll be there soon.
Yeah. There we go. Let's press the button. Make it go boom.
We only need the leader.
Right up the poo pipe.
I hear I'm a wanted man.
Oi! Utland scum! I man tukta lasto breg ada hung un valo arsund. De dia abada.
I know. That's why I brought you here. Ornithopter will have the codes to get us through the barrier. Ever fly an Ornithopter? It's simple enough. But my leg is bad and I won't be able to work the pedals. Get ready. They'll be on us as soon as we break through.
Incoming!
There's too many! Turn us into the storm! They won't follow. Hang on! We're going down!
No shit. There might be a reason that we were going down there, because we turned into a storm. Okay, let's see. This is where we end up coming out of the tutorial, and then Lake Furlong will be in a queue. Hey, Fear, how are you doing? I saw that you were playing a little bit earlier. This is where I crashed, never to re-enter my server. 20 minutes and I move one spot. I actually don't think I'm going to get in because I joined this kind of high level server, high number of players server. So yeah, I'd be very surprised. We do have a private server that we're waiting to come up, which is going to be like 10 slots. But yeah, the server hosts are having a bit of a problem at the moment. So yeah, well, we're just whilst that's just loading up, I'm just going to check, see if we've got any other news yet. Doesn't look like it. Let's see. Yeah, nothing server-wise that we can see. Yeah. Day! There we go. Connection request timed out. Who said if server launch, sorry, no server, game launch would always go swimmingly? Ah, dear. Yeah, it's a P34. I'm glad it's not a P45. Because that'd be quite funny. For those of you who don't know, anyway, here in the UK, if you were given your P45, it means that you're leaving employment, should we say. Okay. That's a shame. Servers, recent. I mean, that Carla is only medium, so I'm going to see if I can get back in. Let's see. Let's see if we can. How you doing, Fair, anyway? How's life? How's the world? Traveling to Hidden World, Hidden Server. Now, the reason for that is that I have the streamer mode on simply because licensing issues with music, and also to stop because it's a PvP game technically, even though I won't be PvPing much, that you can have people stream sniping you and joining the same server and everything, so, you know, which is a bit of a pain. Yeah. Can you give me a cream? Always picking that off now. Oh. I'm all good. Been busy. Never seem to have enough time, but it's been chill. Missed the streams too often, so I wanted to see the Dune chat. How about you? Yeah, not bad. I've been very busy with the game launch and subsequent our last final expansion that we just released last month. Wrath of the Ancients. So yeah, that's been hectic. Yeah, it's been a bit full on this last month, to be fair. But hey, working in game development, who said it was going to be easy? Right. Yeah, I got a blister on the palm of my hand. Not what you think. Oh, hello, we might be getting in. And yeah, it's just at that point where it's request timeout and gone. And it's just gone like dry and itchy, and I've been picking at it. You know, when you ever get a scab or a blister or anything like that, you always want to pick at it. Drives you nuts. Drives you nuts. Okay, let's try again. Right, let's join. Oh, hang on. Was it? Yeah, it was Siege Thara, wasn't it? That we were on before. What does kind of make me laugh, though, is that it's connecting traveling to Hidden World, Hidden Server, but it's just actually listed it in the background of the server browser. So people can see that anyway. Oh, wow, yeah. that is quite a while ago, Faye. Yeah, Jesus, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'd been working part-time for Rockfish, doing some, you know, I think it was about 10, 20 hours a week or whatever, community management stuff. And then, what time was it? When it'd be about we went to PAX East in 2023, and that was March. And it was a couple of weeks after that we had a little conversation, myself, Michael, Lee, Lee being the PR director and Michael being the CEO, and they basically offered me a job and said, do you want to come and work for us full time? And I was like, okay. At the time I was like 48 years old, and I was kind of, this is never going to be offered to me ever again. This is an opportunity that is just too kind of big to miss up. Are we going to get a P-34? Yep. So unfortunately, fortunately at the time, it was a case of, okay, do I leave being a postie? So I did, and now just coming up to 2 years. What date are we on now? We're on the 5th, aren't we? Yeah, the 5th. So I left Royal Mail, I think, on the 13th of June 2023. It was a weird day because it was a Wednesday, I think, or Tuesday. It was a Tuesday or something like that. I'd have to check. And then like 5 days later, we were starting full time. I'm just going to double check because that's going to annoy me now if I don't know the exact date. Yeah, 13th of June was my last day, and then I started full time on the 19th of June. So yeah, nearly 2 years since I was a postie. Time flies, but yeah, it's been good. It's been challenging, new skills, new kind of environment to work in. You know, working with my colleagues in Germany, Canada, Japan. We did have one in the US, but Eric, he left, so I'm the sole community manager now, and yeah, it's all good. It's all good, but yeah, challenging and tough at times. I think it's going from tutorial to game, and yeah, I was in and out of streams, but no chat. But damn, it's been too long for sure. But congrats on 2 years, and you to take the opportunity. Yeah, that was it. I think it was just. I said to my wife Magic, and just said, you know, look, I'm not going to get this opportunity ever again. And I thought if I don't take it, I'm going to regret the bejesus out of it for the rest of my life. So I was like, no, we've kind of got to take it, and went from there. So yeah, it's been like I say, challenging. I think you kind of realize, and we're all gamers here, we're all players, we're all, you know, into gaming in some way, shape, or form. But some people on the internet, blimey, I start to wonder how they ever communicate with anybody in real life, or if they're even possibly capable. I really don't know. I really am baffled with the some people's ability to communicate or not communicate. I think it's probably the better phrasing. I think my funniest. I always look back on it now, and I always think it's funny. I'm not going to reveal the details of who it was from or anything like that, but I do a lot of the support side, so I interact with the players directly for support. I also do the support email as well. So if you do start emailing Rockfish Games for support, it's usually me that you're talking to. But we had literally one email that came in, and the line, the kind of header for the email was "fuck you." That was literally it. "Fuck you!" ! And I can't remember the contents of what they were actually complaining about. And it was just literally some absolute bollocks of some description. But yeah. Oh, we're going to get another P34. Can we get a P30? We got a P34. Dear. Shocking. Yeah, let's just see. No, still no option for the world. Still can't create. Let's just see. Okay, so let's try. But yeah, I do feel like this is kind of. I know the player has to see it, and I think this is the problem. Is that it's traveling to hidden world, hidden server, but if somebody's watching while you log into your server, you're gonna see where it is anyway. Okay. Mercy, bucket. All right, bucket. Second hottest. Not rude if it's true. I never said that. Yeah. Not for me. Traveling to World. Come on. Come on, we got it. We got it. Everybody do a rain dance or something. Who would have thought? Launch day, server problems. You can see why companies don't like doing multiplayer. Okay. Most issues should now be resolved, apparently. Okay. Let's see if that is actually true, because I think that's total bollocks, to be fair. Because it's not working for me. Okay, I'm a bit confused with that, because that's... Okay, that is... It seems to be everybody else but Dune, because unfortunately G-Portal, I think he's either Austrian or Swiss or German, I can't remember. And I think that's Swiss. I don't know why. Or Austrian. But one of their communications says that that most servers should now be resolved, but I think they meant to say not Dune. Well, I think originally the problem is yeah, you kind of gauging how many players are going to play. You can do that via pre-orders to a degree, but I think the other issue is as well is like, can you get people to, you know, actually log on to a specific server? And I think that's half the problem at the moment as well. Yeah, it seems like people have got the servers running, but then they can't see them in the game as well, which is a problem. But I think that's going to be Funcom's end, to be fair. Oh, maybe. Are we gonna get booted? We're gonna get booted. Yep. God damn it. Let's try again. Yeah, I don't use Twitter anymore. All I get emails every day now to see that I've been added to a list by some kind of scammy, robot-y person. An absolute clusterfuck over there. Blue Sky is where you'll find me now. Blue Sky indeed. Yeah. I mean, it might be tomorrow. I feel sorry for the kind of the server hosters and the DevOps that are having to work through this, because it's going to be a nightmare. Be like, why is that doing it? And they know that people's going to be chowing down on them, giving them grief. I haven't even decided what the hell to call the server either. So while we're waiting, I'm quite open to suggestions. So if you feel like you've got a good one, then please do offer it up wherever you are, whether you're on YouTube or here on Twitch. Yeah, it's the entitlement fear. To be fair, it's I think everybody appreciates that when you pay for something, you want it to work. We do. We've had issues with our game, and it's very, very frustrating. It's frustrating for the player. Absolutely, it's very frustrating for the devs, because it feels like a slight on your performance, on how you created and crafted something, and it's just not worked, and you're like, oh, this makes us feel like a tool. And you want to get that fixed up. The real big problem is replication of the issue. If you can't replicate something, actually creating a fix for it is a nightmare. Because you don't know if it's a kind of a you problem in terms of your game, or whether it's a driver problem, or it's a engine problem. You know, that because we've had an issue with people crashing in our game on PC, totally randomly. We have absolutely no idea why. It just crashes out of the game, throws up a crash error, and we've been trying to diagnose it. And the team, bless them, have been trying their hardest, but it's literally trying to find a needle in a haystack, because somebody will go, oh, well, I've got a 5090 and I'm on this driver, but I've got this motherboard and I've got this RAM, and it crashes at this point. Oh, it crashes at this point. And then you're somebody with a 4080 on a different motherboard with different RAM. Oh, I don't crash there. I'm on a different driver, but I crash at this point. And there is absolutely no rhyme, no reason to why it does it. And it's very frustrating because we can't pin it down. Now, we don't know if it's anything to do with a driver issue. We don't know whether it's just something to do with Unreal. Is it something to do with us? We just don't know because we can't pin it down. And there is a new driver that's just come out yesterday from NVIDIA, which I've installed. Touch wood, I've not crashed up to now, but I didn't crash on the other one from the beta either. And I think it's a case of hopefully it works for us as well, because even the devs of this game were on Unreal Engine 5 and they were getting hard crashes. So we're hoping that whatever they've changed for this game kind of helps us too. So are we going to crash? I think so, but you know, let's hype it up. Are we going to crash? P34. Boom. Now, to be fair to G Portal, they have said that already they're going to add an extra day to people's rentals for servers anyway, so I don't think they can do much more than that. It's like, hey, we know it's not working, but you're not going to lose any time. The only thing is the people are going to be, well, I can't play on the server that I want to play and I've got 5 days head start and I've paid for that, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, really? Exactly. You know, I mean, I'm trying to get into an official server and I can't anyway, so there's obviously an issue across the board. Let's just see if there's anything on there. Yeah, so at 8:48 they said that they've opened up more worlds in the EU region. Now I wonder if the worlds are maintained, the private server worlds are maintained by the game service provider, so in our case G Portal. I wonder if they're having an issue just creating the worlds. Hence why I can't see any that are listed in my admin's part of there. Because this is the problem as well, is that they originally weren't going to have private servers at launch. Guess what? They're still not. But when they've got servers issues maybe on their own side, basically Funcom's, then they're going to be a bit limited in the help that they can offer, the GSPs, the game service providers. So it's a bit of a vicious circle, really. But yeah, seems to be nothing else dramatic on there. Let's just plunk that to there. I just love that people are like, I'm going to claim a refund. Well, you can get a refund, you know. But I just love that people tell you about it as well. We're a strange breed. Yeah. It's because they've paid for it and they don't have access to it. I love it. This is a classic example. Need some info and ETA time. 5 hours starting game and server, but not have new info. G Portal team, some ETA. Famab, you legend. Of plenty, oh viewers of plenty. So, Fat Sea Lions, Easy, Maylan, Corwin, and Murdering. Welcome back. Do you know, I actually thought you called a welcome back peasant. I actually thought you called me a peasant then. I was like, that's a bit harsh. Right, so let me just do these before they disappear off the screen, because I need to lie on ZZ. So VIP, easy Crimea. Maylan 31. Murdering underscore, I think it is. Murder. come back off the screen. Murdering underscore. Last and certainly not least is Corwen TTV. Hello, can't spell. There we go. Everybody should be in the VIP lounge. That should be in the VIP lounge. But cheers for that, Fear. Much appreciated. You absolute legend. I always... oh, hang on. Let me just try and get back on there. I always try and remember where I've kind of got to know people from and where they kind of first picked up the channel, because I've been doing this for about more than 9 years, about 10 or 12 years now, something like that. And I always lose track. I know that a lot of people that originally kind of came on board to the channel would have been back in like 2012. When I started playing PlanetSide 2, that certainly helped bring a lot more people on board. But yeah, quite a while ago. Right, let's see if we can get in. Let's see. So Nitrado, yeah, I mean Nitrado I looked at. They were cheaper, but I heard some horror stories about dealing with them, and I wasn't too sure that was a so I kind of avoided that. And then, see, X-Realm, you can't see it now because I'm in the way. But X-Realm, which is the other service provider, they're very expensive. So I kind of left them behind. But there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 6 worlds showing. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Some people said in the reviews, and we're talking about Nitrado, however you want to say it, that people just couldn't cancel stuff, and then okay, let's unlock a random emote. Well, I'll say what mega consume. Is that the one that we want? Yeah. Okay. Why did that unlock? Unlockable emotes. Not now. Why is that not? Well, hang on. Why does it give me that option, but it won't do anything? Yeah, strange. Right, let's just see. Anything happens. No, nothing. But yeah, PlanetSide 2, I was well invested into that game. Papa Smurf, Miller server, boom, there we were. Created a nice NC group. Hype chest is open. Boink. Dink. There we go. Choo choo. There we go. Boink. That's the new one. So yeah, it's it was a good game. I was very intrigued as to how it was going to pan out. I think the only thing that spoiled it in the end for me was getting steamrolled. The TR and the Vanu just absolutely stomped the NC on Miller server anyway. I know that server doesn't exist anymore, but yeah. And one of my first my own stream kind of interviews I ever did was with one of the devs Margaret Crone. She's now one of like the global community managers at what's the name of the company? I've forgotten what they're called. Ashes of Creation at Intrepid. She was one of the devs, the community side. Actually, I think she did some of the UI as well, if I remember correctly, over there on Planet Side, because it was Sony, obviously, Entertainment. We remember having an interview with her. I was bricking it, absolutely bricking it, because I was one of the first to do this interview, because they were just grabbing like leaders of kins and not kins of platoons or whatever they were called, and she just like asked me a load of questions. But the problem was she was pinging from like central USA to like an EU server, and her ping was terrible. She said, I don't even know if the video's still online anywhere. I think we'd have to look up like the old Planet Side 2. I doubt that they'll have it on there, and I don't think it'll be up on their YouTube channel either. So I think it's probably lost to the winds now, unfortunately. But no, that's going back a long, long time. Oh, I reckon we're gonna get. Yay! I got a P34. I'm just glad it's a P34, not a P35. The thing is, I don't want to create a new character on a new server, even though that's high, because all of a sudden I'm going to have to go through that whole thing again. I know I'm going to do it on my own server, but I really don't want to do it on... Oh, it says next in line to join. It just popped up and said next in line to join, but then it just does this, and then it just goes... Just doesn't do anything. It just craps out. I'd be interested to see if other big streamers are doing okay, because I can imagine there's a few of them that have got big private servers up. I know Co was looking to do that, but not sure if he's managed it. Again, I don't get time to watch other streamers. I've got enough to do with my own streams, work and life. Yeah, I think I need to work on my character again, because when I remake this character, Lanfear over here, she's looking a bit angry, but a bit too not enough femininity about her, I don't think, compared to Lanfear from Wheel of Time. So yeah, I think it. I think they always wanted a perfect world with PlanetSide 2 in terms of like, oh, if this team's getting kicked, hard, then we'll kind of balance it up, and it never really happened. The numbers were never in the favour because people just kept joining the winning side. So people would join the Terrans or the Vanus, and NC would just always have the low numbers. So they were always the ass kicking, and it was so difficult to to kind of balance that. So I always think when there's kind of three factions, yeah. What I'm just going to do is I'm actually going to just close down the game, and then I'm going to come back in and then just see if I can actually do anything for you. Do anything. Yeah, it says I've played 115 minutes. Not doing a great deal. Right. Okay, so there is a little update for the game. But it literally is 114 bytes, so that's literally just done in like a blink of an eye. So no idea what that was. Oh, I don't want to play Everspace 2. I do that for work. Right, let's get launch back in. One of my kind of greatest achievements was last year. Magic on her school asked me to go in and speak to the children in the classrooms about my job because it's quite unique and different and everything. So, yeah, I was bricking it, stood in a room of 20 odd kids and adults talking about being a community manager in gaming and everything. But I think the having the ability to turn around, and I said to all the kids, I said, who likes playing on the consoles? Kids put their hands up. Who likes playing on the PC or laptops? Who likes playing on the phone and everything? And I went, who likes getting paid to play games for a living? I had to put my hand up for that one. Technically, it's not what I do all day. Obviously, it's very, very rare I do, but there is the odd time that I do get a chance to do that. But it's always quite funny because the kids think it's great. They don't realise, obviously, all the hard work behind it and what you need to do. And I'm not just kind of blowing smoke there or anything, but yeah, there's some tough days. Let's watch the intro again.
Of it, amongst the wild threads of history and the myriad of paths. My path saw the Imperium rise from the ashes left in the wake of the Great Revolt. Thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of the human mind. With that commandment, new avenues of human potential were explored. Mentats, Suk Doctors, Sword Masters, and the mystical Bene Gesserit Sisterhood. But it was the Navigators and their monopoly on space travel that set the conditions for the Imperium. I'm telling you of the universe.
And one of the things, if anybody's seen Team America, when we see this Paul Atreides character, that's all I see is the lead character from Team America.
Gave birth to a daughter.
You'll probably know which one it is if you've watched this.
Ariste. Because of her obedience to the Bene Gesserit, Lady Jessica is trained as a truth-sayer. Because of that training, Lady Jessica was able to detect Dr. Yue's deception. Because of the forewarning of his betrayal, House Atreides survived the Battle of Arrakeen. Because of their survival, the Emperor declared a full-scale war of assassins.
Cool.
Because of the war, the Sardaukar were deployed to ensure spy shipments continued without interruption.
So yeah, when we see the character in a second, all I see is Team America.
There was no Muad'Dib.
Just with dark hair rather than the white hair. So this character here, when we get the close-up, this one, it just looks like the character from Team America.
Paul Atreides.
And you know the one where he's puking up and everything in the close-up? He literally just looks like that.
Lead to horror, except this one. This one leads to you.
This one leads to you. There we go. That's the official intro. As you can tell as well, I've gone for the summer cut now. I don't need a lot of hair on the head, I'm trying to keep a bit cooler, as you do. Right, there we go. Right, we're back where we were with our tiny little... Let's just click onto there. Let's just do that. Right, before I do that, I'm just going to check on my server, see if it's actually done anything yet. Choose a world. Nope. I'm like, well, I had to try, didn't I? I had to try. Yeah, so okay. Let's just see if we can join here. Bump, 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 bump. Server launches are always special. Everything goes. It's the people that always take the time off, like the days off. I always think you should always write off the first day just in case it doesn't happen. All right. Oh, look, unable to travel to server 873. That's a different one. So I've gone up in number. In fact, it was a P34 before, whereas I just literally get numbers now. Oh, hello. What the fuck just happened there? I just literally just clicked on the server. I didn't even get to choose the server. I think we are easy. I think that's what we're going to be up to. Yeah, and this is what I don't get is why this is loaded in. If you haven't actually seen, the sandworms are quite big in the game that we've actually normally had to avoid. We were eaten by one in the beta. You know, why not? Just for shits and giggles. Your characters were getting wiped anyway. But if you watched any of the recent live streams from... oh, hang on, we just got booted back. Totally back. Okay. Ooh. That's not good. Now nothing's coming up. From the live stream that the devs did about a week ago, something like that, they actually showed what happens when you go into the deep desert with like a group of people taking in the harvesters, the spice harvesters and everything, and in this like kind of big basin area where this spice plume was, they sent in the harvesters, and that's traveling around. They had others on the little bikes going around, putting down some thumpers to try and draw the worms away that appeared, like the normal size worms. And then after so long, because of the noise and what they were creating, the big worm comes along, and this thing is huge. It's like 10 times the size of the normal one. I've got a screenshot of it. I'll put it up on my Discord because I snapshotted it from the actual stream. You don't see the whole body, but you just see this mouth come out of the ground and literally surround this whole area, and anything in it is just dead. You can't get out of it. Okay, there we go. Okay. This is different because this is okay, so recent. Let's click into that. It's not bringing up the sieges, which is basically the servers. In fact, let me just find the... Let me just see if I can find the picture, because I'm going to put it in the in the chat. Oops, not that one. This one. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the chat so that everybody can see it. It will take you to a link. It's a perfectly legitimate link. It's image bulletin board database, and you'll see on the picture Ornithopter in the sky. There's the big bad boy that's coming out of the sand, but off to the right of the picture you will actually see a normal sized worm, which is just phenomenally different. But yeah, definitely worth looking at. It's just bonkers. Yeah, this is strange though that this has now happened where I've got the spinny, nothing else. Spinny. Just seeing if there's anything on Dune Awakening now. Yup. Yep, I can't see me. Let me just see if I can. Okay, so that's bringing them up, but they. Oh, hang on, that wasn't there before. Wow. Okay, so if you do get that spinny, go to another server world. Sorry, another world, and then open that up, and then it seems to. See, there must have been a restart because each tower is low. And it wasn't before. So I wonder if everybody got booted or something. Let's see if we can get in. Oh dear. Okay, this is different music. Oh no, it's not. It is the same. Well, I hope that people are actually earning drops, even though I'm not actually managing to log in anywhere because, oh yeah, okay, Magic's getting them. I was talking to Fairlon earlier, and it's very annoying because I actually, as the streamer, do not get the drops. Yeah, that's the maximum you can get. So I think it's an hour and a half is what you can... Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's something like 2 hours or something. But yeah, I don't get it as the streamer, even though I'm sat there watching the bloody stream myself. I'm just going to check on my drops, actually. Let's just go to... Oh, hello. What code are we going to get? This is the question. What code are we going to get? Oh, back to P34. They thought for a moment that it'd be good to give me some. So Siege Tower is there. Let's see if we can join again. Go to that. No. Drop some rewards. Okay, so it literally is saying that I've 5% of 1 hour, 10% of 30 minutes, and 2% of 2 hours. How that's happened, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, we don't earn it. It's stupid. If we stream the game, we should earn it, but you've got to then go watch that. It's like, where's the incentive to that? Why it doesn't just work like bonkers. Yeah. Some people are in and playing. Yeah, and I don't actually know why I've only got like 5% of 1 hour or 10%. It says I've watched for like 3 minutes. I actually do wonder if... I'm going to test this now. I'm going to test it. Let's go back to my channel. Let's just leave that on 360. Let's just do that. So normally what I do is I actually pause the video. Only because I don't need another video playing. But I only have it on like 360p, which is the lowest set. Oh, turn it down to 160 because I don't actually need it any higher. So it looks like absolute garbage. But Furlong got in. Wow, Furlong got in. Oh, fucking hell, I need to give him a round of applause for that. He's not on the same server as me, though. I think I'm going to get P34. The chosen one. You are Paul Atreides. Like as I said, once we get the private server up and running, we'll focus on that on there. I hope eventually they do work out a way to transfer characters. Because that's going to be very, very handy for people who have characters on a server. Because the problem is, if you and I'm not trying to scare anybody here, if a server goes down, like on G-Portal, they've said you've got 5 days. There we go, P34 to get the kind of server re-enabled. Otherwise, it's then wiped, so you lose that character. And this is why I think it's kind of maybe good to have separate characters on different servers. You know, like one official one, so that you've got one that you can play all the time, and then maybe one on the private server. Yeah, I think it's that they were looking at ways potentially to do that, but yeah, I mean, no kind of doubt that they'll kind of struggle with that aspect. So I'm just going to leave my kind of thing. See, it's doing that thing again where it's not finding any servers. Yeah, the private servers, you can turn on and off the sandstorm, which I don't think makes a great deal of difference because of the damage it can do. Although I know that in the higher levels, sandstorms do a bit more damage, but that's kind of easily kind of rectified by making sure everything's covered. You can enable PvP in basically everywhere in a private server if you wish to, so there's no safe zones. And then lastly is the taxation. You can turn off the taxation. Now I think if if the taxation's been turned off, then there's potential that you have more money because you've not paid money. But other than that, is it really going to matter? Okay, right, let's just see if this does anything. Nope. Rubbish. So yeah, it's now ticking up is the timer. But I have to have my stream open to be able to watch it, to watch the stream, my own stream, to actually earn the thing, even though it's stopped there for some reason. But yeah, now that's kind of yeah. See, weirdly, these Nitrado ones aren't I mean, they show the EU West, etc., but they're not shown as like a private server in terms of, hey, this is our server, you know. Like the G Portal ones, they've allowed you to change their names. Yeah. Like there's Fremen, there's Erg. Yeah, but it's like this though, that they've just called them East and West or whatever, but like these are all kind of named like that. I'm surprised that they haven't been renamed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to just wow, okay. Archon. I think there's something broken here because it's not refreshing very well. Yep, nothing's coming up now. Yeah, broken it. Yeah, all the sietches of the world, but I was just quite surprised that the private ones were not named from Nitrado. They just kind of said, yeah, that's over there, that's over there, that's number so-and-so. So I can imagine that you're not necessarily going to know which way to... If you're connecting to a private server, or if you've seen a private server, wow, that's literally no servers found. It's a bit weird, a bit worried. Tell you what, let's just go North America, see if that brings anything up. Wow, that did actually change that. I think the server browsers are broken. It's a handy little website as well, so you can kind of dunestatus.com. It's always handy, isn't it? Always handy. Yeah, this is gone kaput. Let's just go back out, come back in again. Then we get a refresh. This is quite weird that nothing is showing at all. Oh, it annoys the shit out of me as well. Every time I click off, my stream stops. So when I go to another web page, it just goes, nope, I'm going to stop your stream. So that I don't get my points. 23. Yeah, okay. Rubbish. So this is not as eventful as I was hoping for, but also not unexpected. Yeah, other people are saying that they can't refresh the server. Fairlawn's now, you know, he's got in and he's like, fuck you. He's busy playing. He's like, don't give a shit. He's like, gone. Never to be seen again. Yeah, people I think are saying that they're in the same. Wow, Furlong bringing the slack down. Sorry, can't hear you over the gameplay. Wow. Furlong actually said that I'm to blame for him playing this game, and his wife's not going to be very happy. And yet he's the one that's playing. Because apparently it's her birthday coming up soon, and yeah. Pete Skis, Banter Brigade, how you doing? Good evening, good afternoon. Totally. Apparently totally my fault. Love it. No, actually, Pete Skis, no, I haven't managed to. I've created a character on one of the servers because my private server is not up yet. It was yesterday, so it's fine. Okay, so that's fine. Yeah, I've been playing on one server, just the intro kind of stuff, and then once it got to the end of the intro, and then bump into this server I chose. It kicked me out, and I've never been able to get in again since. Fairmarb's been the same. Furlong's the only one that I know of that's actually been able to get into a game. So, there you go. Does anyone know if they've moved the planetologist? I'm at a camp, but he's not there, please. He does move around from what my understanding is, but I believe the camp where he normally is above the first scientific base that you go to, he's usually on the top there, but he may have moved. So I don't actually know. That's the only place I've ever seen him. That planetologist, so yeah, I can't say for certain. Mm. Yeah, still nothing yet. Still waiting, still waiting. Oh, and I still can't see any servers. Which is not a very auspicious start. Right, let's close. Let's come out here and let's see if we can reload in again. Boop. Right, let's fire it up again. Okay, that's different. The Funcom launcher is not showing Dune Awakening at all. I've got a spinny wheel. A very spinny wheel. I believe there's a advertisement segment over on Twitch. Yep. I think the servers are having a bit of an issue. Who would have thought, eh? Who would have thought? Yeah, I think we've got a bit of a problem. Bruce. Bit of an issue. It's all gone to shit. Don't bring me down, Bruce. Yeah. Let's have a look. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Boop. Yep. Nothing there. Nothing at all. Well. Let's have a dad joke. I need to find the button. Where's my dad joke? Oh, it's broken. Oh, shit. Yeah, my other bot doesn't work now, does it? Crap. Fuck. I forgot I haven't got the other bot working. Yeah. Yeah, we do have it. I am thinking about getting rid of the other bot and seeing what I can put into Nightbot and have that hosted elsewhere. Yeah. But yeah, we can't actually launch the game at all. It's just stuck at a spinny wheel. I think something's broken. Something's gone kaput. Who would have thought a live service game would have problems, eh? Who would have thought? Oh, hello. Okay, so we restart that. Looks like it's trying to load up. Just thinking about it. Right, let's see if I can find It's smooth once in, no lag or anything as yet. Fairlawn, you can really go off some people. Excuse me. Right, tell you what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring up the chat box. I want to see, while I'm waiting, checking shaders. Okay, we've had an announcement directly from the servers. We're currently experiencing server outages. We're aware of the issue now. Live op team are working hard to resolve it. So that's the official servers. Okay, that's the official servers. Okay. There we go. Perfect, hey? Okay.
I dream of it, amongst the wild threads of history and the myriad of paths.
Let's see if I
My path saw the Imperium rise from the ashes left in the wake of the Great Revolt. Thou shalt not make a machine in the likeness of the human mind. With that commandment, new avenues of human potential were explored. Mentats, Suk Doctors, Sword Masters, and the mystical Bene Gesserit Sisterhood. But it was the Navigators and their monopoly on space travel that set the conditions for the Imperium.
Right, let's see.
But I am telling you of the universe you already know. Let me describe the one you do not. In this other universe, my mother, Lady Jessica, consort to Duke Leto Atreides, gave birth to a daughter, a girl they named Ariste. Because of her obedience to the Bene Gesserit, Lady Jessica is trained as a truth-sayer. Because of that training, Lady Jessica was able to detect Dr. Yue's deception. Because of the forewarning of his betrayal, House Atreides survived the Battle of Arrakeen. Because of their survival, the Emperor declared a full-scale war of assassins.
Now I want to see if this actually works.
To ensure spice shipments continued without interruption.
Yeah, see, it doesn't
Because of the Sardaukar,
just does that.
The Fremen were
It
eradicated.
doesn't actually pass the command.
There was no
Damn
Muad'Dib,
it!
no Lizan al-Gaib, no Kwisatz Haderach.
Okay,
I see a universe where
that's problematic.
Paul Atreides, was never born. All my visions lead to horror, except this one. This one leads to you.
Okay, that's a pain. That's a pain. Right, come on. We got it this time. This time. I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my toes. It's either that or it's just not going to happen. Ba-ba-da-bum-bum. Ba-ba-da-bum-bum. Well, I think this may be kaput for the evening, because if they're having server issues directly, 1, 2. So that's on a different what? Right. See, no servers found. Out of interest, Verlon, are you actually still in a server? Yep. Okay, so he's in, but nobody else can see it. Okay, so if we were to choose the following options in terms of sandstorms still being active and security zones still being active, so that PvP is minimal in Haggins Basin and that you don't get taxed, but you still have the sandstorms, you're actually classed as a role play server, so that you're not having to deal with the taxation. So that's an interesting one. So somebody said about the taxes, they don't add anything to the game of value on a private server. They aren't prohibitively expensive, but what they do is shut down base shields if 2 weeks of unpaid. It's a mechanic for official and public servers to clean up base if people stop playing. Basically, if you don't play for 3 weeks, you lose your base. Okay. I mean, I can't see who else was under that tag now because the servers are not coming up at all. Oh, hello. As soon as I do that, it appears. Ah, interesting. So there's the Mentat, the Fremen. So that's another one. That Mentat's just appeared, hasn't it? That wasn't there before. So I think the names are just whatever, and the RP is that, hey, look, you've got no taxation, so you'd be in with kind of all these players. That's actually quite a lot, actually. And then you've got those eventually, hopefully, that will pop up. Seemingly not. Right, okay. Let's see, Siege is back down to low. Let's see if we can join. Siege Thawa. Boop. Right, just bear with me because I'm just... That's not the one. What the hell is that? There it is. Right, back in a boat. Boop. There we are. Back. Now, there was a ping somewhere, and I'm not entirely sure what the ping from. Oh, okay. Was that? Yeah. Nope. 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 Oh, I got the P-34 again. Blimey, Charlie. What's the world coming to? Rubbish. That was me hoping it was going to be different. Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. I want to see what. I see there's a desert cloak, which is PvEVP, which obviously you can't put on Sardakar's different. Atreides literally is just going to be full on, probably turning off the security zones. But I think we'll be lumped in with Mentat there. How you doing, Nary? How are you? I still haven't thought of a name. We still haven't thought of a name for the server. It's got to be kind of... Geek Sandy Balls. No, Geeks Grotto is the Discord. Nah. Gotta be Sandy. We could be like Geeks got sand in his sandwiches. No, that's crap. Nothing to do with witches. Magic's coming up with some crap ideas. Geeks Sandy Crag. Oh, it could be Sandy Crack. Jeez, yeah. Yeah. I don't think this is going to save, to be fair. I think it always craps out. Yeah, it's... I can't even set that until I can get a cluster, which is saying it doesn't have. I think, yeah, oh, okay. I think Geek Sandy Crack, I think, is going to be a winner. It's going to be locked down. It's going to be a private server, so you know what's happening if you join the server. It's to do with me, Sandy Crack. Geeks Sandy Crack. You do, but there's none on Arrakis. There's no camel toes on Arrakis. And I do not have a camel toe. No camel toe. I could have gone to the gym tonight. How do you like them apples? Yeah. Gym and swim. That didn't happen, did it? No? But it is. Okay, what did that give us? Okay, I will unlock the Observer Foundation, so that's cool. Still suits have anti-camel toe and moose knuckle technology. See, Faye knows this stuff. Anti-camel toe and moose knuckle technology. Nauri, if you're still with us, I think you are. Have you been able to play much? I know you went onto that other server. There was no chance in hell I was even going to be able to join that server because the servers have been crapping themselves left, right, and centre. But it's kind of intriguing to see if you've been playing, because Furlon's managed to get into a server and I think he daren't leave it because just in case it for any reason would be able to stop playing. Just having a little look through these servers. Oh, you're doing your second trial right now. Right now is on the list. Now is on the fucking showing off list now. Unbelievable. Being able to restart game and such no issues. Well, this is the thing. I joined one server. I say joined. I literally do this, and then it goes, no error. Yeah, people just showing off. I can restart the game and just join the server and everything's cushy. I can't even get into any bloody server. See, this is why people and dev teams don't like doing multiplayer games, because they're fucking complex. People think they're easy, and they're not. And I have to deal with people that think it's easy, and you just press a button and it's like, ta-da, done. Because I just get this and I'm just stuck connecting and then it doesn't do anything. And it'll do this. P34? We had P34. Yep. Network error. Connection request timed out. I had that happen after the servers crashed after launch. Yeah. I just can't get back in at all. It's almost like it it was literally like kilobyte, about like 11 kilobytes or whatever it was, 114 kilobytes of a small patch. So yeah, I've had that and it's just, not done nothing. I'm half expecting them to turn around and say, oh, these servers you're going to have to kind of turn off and restart. And if you started or created a player after this time, then yeah. Yeah, I do need to work on a better character creator though, because Lanfear there just looks a bit too much like a bit like a early 1980s Alison Moyer-esque goth. Doesn't look as hot as Lanfear from the TV program. Very strange. Okay, that's that one. How are we doing? The floor. Okay, yeah. Yeah. I can see, yeah, that's Fierce. It says yeah, exactly the same, that they created the character, did the tutorial, and then at the end, that was it, and then we can't get back in at all. I'm tempted to see if I need to create a new character. Again, it's going to be a character I'm not going to play. And just see if it kind of does anything. Boop, 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 boop. Does this, and then it'll go, nah, P34. Ah, rubbish. Right, let's just see if I can find a different one. Let's go to Oxylon. They're all high. Let's just go to Serpents then. Let's just go Serpents, Cease Rachmal or Ramal. Let's just go to there. Let's see if I can connect. Says you were next in line to join. See, there you go. That launched straight away.
Prisoner.
Yeah. I'm skipping the cutscene. I'm just gonna hang on. Bring my character in. Thank you. Okay. Import. See, that was the saved character that I had. I'm just gonna create the character. Yeah, and I'm just gonna call her Lanfear as well. See if it works. You've played through the opening tutorial sequence before. Would you like to skip it now? I'm gonna select yes. We're gonna still have it locked. I accept this character and start the game. Maybe. Maybe not. I think I might have broken it. Because I'm literally not doing anything now. I have to say, the boots are the dodgiest looking boots ever. They've got holes where the toes are. They're going to chafe like shit when you're walking. But you can just see the little pinkies sticking out there. Pinky toes. Okay. Not too sure this has actually worked. Oh, we were so hopeful. We were young once. Naive. Oh dear. Sockless. So you may only contain letters, numbers, and up to 4 special characters. Special characters must be between 2 letters or numbers. No more than 2 numbers in a row. No profanity or offensive language, and must not include reserved words. Oh. Blimey, that's a close-up. Jesus. Well, this didn't work as I'd hoped. Okay, I can make her naked, apart from her pants. Boop. But nothing else. I was hoping that might do something. It didn't do a thing. I wonder actually, with the actually I'm stuck now. I can't do anything. If when you create a character, is it supposed to save that character? I know you can use the character creator, but is that the only way that you can create a character that you can import? Because this was one that I made in the character creator. So if I actually created like Lanfear on that other server or the other world, she wasn't listed there. So I think you must have to create them in the character creator. That's a bit weird. Yeah. Tell you what, can you imagine waking up next to her and then all of a sudden she's staring at you that close with them eyes? Christ. You'd crap yourself, wouldn't you? Right, I think I might actually have to crash this because unfortunately I can't do anything. Let's just... There we go. Get rid. Get gone. Well, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to actually load up the character creator. And then just create a new character from there. Because I don't think anything's really going to happen tonight for the servers. I think it's a little bit winky wonky. So let's see if we can get that up and running. Right, okay.
The only piece I find.
There we go. Oh, compiling shaders. This is going to take a while. Just might take a while. It's compiling fairly quickly. I think it's because obviously it's based on the original game and vice versa. It is probably knocking the shit out of my frame rate while it's doing this. Boop. There we go. Should be back to normal. Press any button. Right, create a character. I was starting to worry that I'd actually crash that as well.
Approach, prisoner.
Yeah, okay, come on, let's go. Skip. See, now there's a lot more presets. Okay, right. We'll work with her as a base kind of thing. Base model. Skin tone. Right, okay, she was quite pale. That's definitely a Lampheus. She was quite thin in the legs, I think, as well, so we don't want quite long-necked. Okay, yeah. Chest size, she was definitely small of there. No vitiligo. Yeah, that's okay. Definitely thinner in the arms because she was quite skinny. I think she was quite tall. Actually, yeah, she was. I think she was just average height. Okay. Right, that's kind of done. Whoop, hello. Face type. Ooh, that was a bit angry. Okay. Okay, our eye colour was like a pale blue. Yeah, we'll go with that colour. We'll go with that colour. No, we'll go with that colour. Go with ice. Okay, well that's scary. Eye details. Okay. The nose size. Okay, the bridge width. Boop. So let me just sort her hair out because that's She just had slightly longer than hair than that, but it was definitely swept back. Not that, Jesus. There seems to be more options in this than there was. Or am I just imagining things? It was definitely a slick back that she had. Yeah, yes. Hair colour was definitely black. Yeah. Okay. She's not too far off that. Let's see if we've got the Briar style. Wow. They're impressive brows. They're definitely worth a close-up. Look at them bad boys. They're like Batman brows. She might need to pluck them bad boys. Jesus. Oh, dear. Yeah, I think... she has very flat brows. There we go. Give her a beard? No, won't give her a beard. Definitely can't give her a beard. Definitely didn't have any face tattoos. Eye makeup style. Okay, we had those. Smoky. Eyeshadow colour was definitely black. Strength. Yeah, eyeliner colour was that. Back. Eyeliner strength. Yeah, we'll put it at 7. Now lipstick colour. Okay, you gotta choose the lipstick style first. Okay, lipstick colour. It was definitely that kind of darkness to her. We'll put gloss on this one because I think there's it makes the mouth look better. Oops, hello. Let's go back to here. Yeah. Okay. First type edge. Her details. She doesn't have quite a wide chin. Actually, the jaw width was quite wide. Not too much that it makes her look fat. Okay. Cheek fullness. She definitely wasn't. She was quite thin in the face. Okay. So it's cheekbone depth. Yeah, not bad. I mean, not bad. Yeah. Still a kind of. Bit too pouty there. Well, Lamphere was scary. Flowing down. Apparently Magic says it should have flowing down hair, but the only other time that she had hair was kind of like that length, which was the bob cut. Yeah, she doesn't look like the character though. There you go. Look at that bad boy. Boom. Receded slick back. Come on. No. Okay. Well, that one. No. Well, that. Look at that pattern. Cool. No. Dink. Isn't it amazing? Just when you have these, that you change a character's hair and the look totally changes. Like that. Putting that on her is like, you know, she just looks a bit miserable, doesn't she? Some of these are epic. Love them. Absolutely epic. Yeah. Yeah, just... Yeah, that was probably closest, but it's just then... It's just trying to get her facial features right. Face type. Okay, that's not too bad, the middle one. Because I'm just trying to get kind of trying to see if I can find the actual picture of her. Let's just plonk that picture over there, shall we? Boop. Boop. Because she's very wide-jawed. Very wide. What? Okay. Yeah, she is very wide-jawed. But she's actually, her eyes are grey. I thought they were blue, but they're actually grey. Yeah, I got kind of a picture there of her. But yeah, it's... Yeah, she's very... I mean, she's actually got longer hair and she wears it slicked back a lot of the time as well. But I don't think I don't think I can get a longer hairstyle. No, there's only that one which goes down the back, but then she didn't have her hair like that. So that's kind of the closest, but not really the closest. Because any of the other length hair was just not her. This is so difficult. Who would have thunk? Yeah. Who says we take forever to do this shit? Okay. Wonder if actually a skin should be a little bit different as well, because it's almost like I've got a too pale. She was very pale skinned, but like that one's just like white and that one's just slightly. Wonder actually if I can... Let's just see if I can bring in the browser 2, and then let's just bring in that page. Okay, it's just gonna go squawky but squawky on minute. Haha, it's typical. You bring in a browser page, and it's like, ha, you need to accept the fucking things. It's going to do it every time. That's annoying. That is annoying. What we're going to do instead. Let's see if we can do this instead. Boink. Get rid of that. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. And then let's just do that. Get rid of that. And then let's just do that. Yeah. Do that. Do that. Image 2. Let's just go to there. Pictures. Screenshots. There we go. Boom. So that is Lanfear from Wheel of Time. And this is how we're trying to get us a kind of look. But it's so difficult with kind of what we've got available. But you can see she's very wide-jawed, but it's almost like her lips are slightly thinner as well. So you kind of work on one thing, and then all of a sudden you're like, nope, gotta do something else. And details. Mouth details. Yeah, it's almost like not the okay, the height there. She almost has a certain smile. It's almost like there isn't a kind of height in the lips. Yeah, there's nothing that we can choose in terms of the lips. Because the depth, I think, is just to pronounce. Yeah. 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 Who would have thought this was so bloody difficult? Mm-hmm. Because they're quite thinner, her eyebrows. They're actually quite close to her hair, to her eyes. There's not a massive gap there. Let's just increase the size of that, said the actress to the bishop. Let's just drop this down behind me. There we go. So that I'm kind of not in the way. But yeah, it's so difficult to get this similar. And even the lipstick there is quite a lot lighter as well. I could be here all day. I could be here all day. Head details. No, that's not on there. Where the flippity jibbity was that then? Yeah, see, it's almost like a mouth size is a little bit smaller. Yeah, we'll go with that. But a chin actually is quite between the bottom of her lip and then down to a chin, it's smaller as well. Oh. Jaw height. Chin, jaw depth? No. Chin length. There we go. Let's bring that right down. Yeah, okay. She's not really that pointy. She's a little bit rounded in the jaw there underneath. God damn it. Boo, 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 boo. Okay. The nose is a little bit fat there. Maybe a little bit thinner on the nose. Maybe not as pronounced on the bridge because she's got quite a thin nose. It is slightly turned up though. Like that. So nostrils are kind of lower down. Yeah. Bet you all didn't think you'd be watching this kind of shit all night. Nostril width, I think maybe up a notch. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that, yeah. But she does have very dark makeup. Very dark makeup. But her eyes are almost like kind of in between those two. That's ice. But she has very pale eyes. See, when you look at it like that, her eyeliner strength is very, very bloody strong. Actually, this. Oh, that's wrong. Nope. No, it's definitely going to have to go with that. The smoky. Lipstick colour we got there, but it's almost like a... Definitely not metallic. Yeah, this is tough. Definitely tough. I do feel like she needs to have a different colour of her skin tone though. But it's almost too coloured now. Oh, also difficult. Also tough. Yeah. She's almost, because of the width of her jaw, she looks like the other, the red Aes Sedai from Wheel of Time that was the nasty one. She has a similar mouth. The one with the blonde hair, who was the red Aja. This is just a different... Jesus. Yeah. Yeah. Just needs to be off the hair off her face. Wow, that's just special. I'll just stick with that, I think. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get her any closer than that, to be fair. I just don't think there's the ability to take that redness off, because then she's not got any...
Is there any near her eyebrows?
No, her eyebrows are a little bit problematic. That's no eyebrows. That's very arched eyebrows. They're almost... I mean, they're similar in this kind of shape, but they're not kind of thick enough. And I think the gap between her mouth and her nose, I think her nose needs to be extended a little bit as well. Where's your nose details? Don't think we actually have a nose length. Okay, I can't bring that up any higher than mouth details. So close. So close. We'll accept that character for the time being.
Have they told you what I am?
Yes.
Then I will... Where were you born?
Uh,
The machine... The Order of the Imperium is rooted... Did you give bad advice? You
Yeah,
had a mentor in your youth, trained by... you must have... The test is almost complete. Come here. Kneel. Put your hand in the box.
that's what she says to all the boys.
I hold at your neck the Gonjabar, the high-handed enemy. Don't pull away or you will die. Great plots are afoot in the Imperium, and the currents of intrigue run deeply. Arrakis is the key, and the Fremen are missing. You will go to Arrakis as our agent, prisoner. You have one task. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. Everything depends on this. Do you understand? Good, you speak truth. But here is the rest of it. There is only one rule. Keep your hand in the box and live. Withdraw it and die. An animal would gnaw off its own hand to escape the pain. And we can only be served by humans. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. You will know when it is done.
Okay, so it's going to be saved there. So that's that one anyway. There we go. An exclusive in-game reward as well. You get the frame blade for doing that, which is wake that dash the sleeper. Okay, going to quit out of there then. And then we're going to switcheroo back to the proper game. See if we can get this up and running. Up and running. Yeah, I think we're kind of totally out. Yeah, we're also looking into the issue where we cannot get past the character creation. So, yeah, that was about an hour ago. So there's obviously an issue there as well. So yeah. Boo. Right, let's just launch. See if we can get that loaded in and see what happens. But yeah, I think it's going to be a bit of a bust for. Boop. We may have to reconvene tomorrow. Checking shaders.
I
Right,
dream
we're
of
going
it.
to skip this. Skippity-doo-dah. Okay. So let's just do that. Let's do that. So that's where our other character is. So what I want to do is just go on Limos. They're all high. Don't want that. Let's pick Menalus. Siege leg. Let's go on to there. Right, let's see if this behaves.
Approach, prisoner.
Yeah, skip the cutscene. Now we can import. Okay, now they're listed. Okay, so we want to import that one. There she is. There's Lanfear. Jesus. Scary. So when you're actually here, you can tweak a little bit as well. So anyway, we're just going to hit that. We're going to call her Lanfear. And then enter the game. You played through the tutorial before. Would you like to skip it now? Yes. Locked. Start the game. Huh.
Have they told you what I am? Then I will sift your word. Where were you born? The
Ix.
machine would. The order of the...
Not familiar.
You had...
Mentat.
You must... The test is almost... Come here.
That's what I was going to be.
Kneel. Put your hand in the box.
That's what she says to all the boys. Right, okay, skip scene. Okay, skippity, skip. Now the thing is, it's always once you get out of the tutorial bit. So God knows if this is going to work. It says you've already played the tutorial. Do you want to skip it? Yes. Blah blah blah. It is kind of loading. And we are in game.
Up, Off-Worlder. I couldn't wait for you. But now you need to run. The sandworm is coming. Run. Now!
Run, Forest. Where's the sandworm? Where is he? Where is he? There he is. Big fudder schmucker. And he's not even the big one. What's his... Hello. Hello.
You made it, Off-Worlder. Catch your breath. When the Thopter went down, the storm took us far off course. My leg is bad. I need to lay low and treat it before it gets worse. But fear not, Wilder. Noctua can cover the ground between us with little effort.
Shit, scared the
She
crap
will
out
be
of me.
my eye in the sky so I can continue to offer my sage advice and keep you on this side of the grave. Figure out how to craft yourself some clothing. That Mauler outfit won't cut it out here.
Cool. Boink. Crafting. Groovy.
The War of Assassins has left debris scattered all over this sector. Salvage metal from the wreckage with your cutter ray, and use it to make a Mauler pistol and darts. Don't let the Imperial disdain for ranged weapons lead you astray. Very few people are foolhardy enough to use shields this deep in the sands, and that is to your advantage.
Cool. Hello. So we getting equipped. So salvage metal using a cutter ray. Research the Mauler pistol. Crafted. Improvised Mauler and craft some light darts. Okay. Need some more metal then, don't I? Damn it. Cool. Well, we've actually managed to get in. Just a bit annoying that it was kind of a bit long-winded. None of these things respawn so quickly. Oh. Marvelous. Oh. Okay, we still need some more metal. The sun's coming up, motherfuckers. Cool. Boink. So yeah, we kind of managed to actually get into the game. Although it's not in where we exactly wanted to be, and it took us a lot longer than we intended it to take. No. Bye, Hey, new schematics available. Cool. So we can craft, research that, yeah, confirm. Crafting. Boink. Craft that. And craft that. Couple of packets of them. There we go. Inventory. Yeah. Go. Oh, I need more darts. Shit. Need more darts. Okay, cool. Really? New schematics. Research the respawn beacon and craft a respawn beacon. Yeah. Craft a respawn beacon. Yeah. And then boom. And Let's just put down.
This used to be Fremen territory, but the War of Assassins and the Sardaukar pogrom put an end to that. Now the sector is crawling with scavengers, fighting over the scraps of Imperium technology left in the wake of this so-called noble war. But that's to your advantage, Offworlder. Allow them to do the hard work of gathering the salvage, and then take it from them. Don't hesitate to kill them all. They would do the same to you.
Need more metal. Oh, we're getting a bit of suntan. Bit of a suntan. Bends. Crafted. Boom. Suntan. Getting a suntan. Cool. Take all the bits. The thing is, I can't kill the scavengers because they haven't spawned. Rude. We'll go in here though. See what we can find. Cool. Okay, somebody just run through here, so let's just go back out and see if these things have spawned again. No, rubbish. I think this is a problem. I can imagine a lot of people have got this issue to start with, is that when they're here, they're kind of waiting for things to spawn. Don't know why they call it a detonator when it's not technically been detonated. Well, no, I don't want that many. Jesus. Come on, respawn. I've got to kill something. Yep. Still haven't respawned. What's going on? Boop. Anybody there? Is there anybody there? Maybe.
Reveal yourself.
It's obvious you've had some training, off-worlder.
Yeah.
But nothing can truly prepare you for what the desert has in store. Hone your skills and harden yourself to the violence you must do to survive. Remember, Arrakis will sharpen you or kill you.
Nice. Cool. Skills. I got skills that multiply. Yeah. So I've got to unlock the mentat. I'm going to go shield wall. I don't think poison capsule was as good, so I'm going to go shield wall.
Without a still tent, you're easy prey to the sandstorms that sweep across the desert. Those storms tear flesh from bone and shred metal like paper. Unless you'd like to share a cave with some scavengers, your best bet is to build your own shelter. Build a construction tool and place out a sub-feed console. You'll be claiming a portion of the planet's surface for your very own, or rather borrowing it from the Emperor. I'm a little hazy on the specifics.
Okay, I couldn't take anything from that person. Okay. So, salvage from fuel cells. We need some more granite stone. Okay. Well, I can't remember if the fuel cells respawn up here. I don't think they do, but hey ho. Yeah. Rubbish. Nice. Go. So there we go. That is our kind of first adventure into a world that actually got us in. So what's that all about? Yep. Shooting at me like that, dickhead. Just road. Just road. I don't know who I am. Okay, they just literally respawned virtually straight away. Away. Right. Oops. What is house? Oh, it's unworm. Nice. Cool house. Oh, hello. Is he passing through? Okay, it's fine. Let's have a look at the map. Okay. So I think every map must be slightly different because there is going to be the weekly reset. Hey, Nara, yeah, we did. We finally made it in. It wasn't in the server that we first tried, and I had been creating a new character. But yeah, for some reason, it's just not happening. It just wasn't doing what I was hoping it was going to do. So I kind of like went, nope. Right, hang on. It's just been a message on the official Dune servers, so let's just head over there. Okay, so the service disruption and not being able to continue past character creation has been resolved. Thanks for your patience. So, yeah, other people should be able to get in now. Fear, you might be able to get back into your original server. Hopefully. But yeah, we're still waiting on the thingy-me-bob to come up as well. Let's just do that. That's to claim the floor. That's done. Yeah, so how long we got left? 85% of 2 hours. Okay. Can't be that long left then. Up we go. Keep forgetting you gotta hold on. Hold on, little girl. Show me what he's done. I mean, it's a cool looking game, isn't it? It's a cool looking game. Oh, somebody's been up there. Look at that up there. What? Yeah. It's nice. Nice. Let's just see. Any joy on the server? Okay. Oh, hello. Maybe, just maybe, we might be able to. But not everything is showing up. Because that's saying a free-for-all and a free-for-all. A PvEVP. Which is not ideally what we want. So, enable some. No, you literally have to choose your world first and then choose your settings, which is a bit problematic because the worlds don't allow you to have a specific set. Or isn't available yet. Yeah, okay. So things are starting to happen. One tip that somebody did say, and I thought it was very clever actually, was if you create your base in the pathway of these search ships and you basically go back to your base and spawn, you can then trigger these search ships to kind of attack you because they've seen you. So they send down the enemy, the Shadakar, who then you fight, and then you literally kill them. You're at your base so you can repair fairly easily, but you can then drain them of their blood for the moisture and everything. So you get a fairly quick amount of water, basically, very, very quickly, which I thought was quite a cool little idea. So, yeah. So, anyway, I'm going to stop there because I don't want to go too far with this. We managed to get in, we managed to get going and everything. Hopefully by tomorrow we'll have the server set up and ready and everything. I'll see if we can tinker with that at some point tomorrow. And then, yeah, we shall take it from there, which is always fun and stuff. But yeah, thanks very much for sticking around for a bit of time of not really doing a great deal, which is always fun. But we'll be back tomorrow with more. Big thanks, Fear. Thank you very much for dishing out all them subs to everyone, and that is super cool. And I hope you enjoy getting in and playing as well. I'm sure you all will. And Fairlawn will be not turning his computer off or anything for the next 3 weeks. Yeah, if we get the server up and running and you are one of the regulars on our Discord, then yeah, hit me up, and once I've got details I can send you them. And yeah, if you want to join in you can, but just remember you aren't able to transfer your characters between servers, so you can't transfer from one server to another. It'll be a new fresh character. So yeah, right, I'm getting out of here. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care, folks. Bye for now. That one.